Greetings and welcome to another edition of Political Empire. I'm your host, Kim Pearsall with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. We're going to be talking to you a little bit about a Moreno Valley council race that could have happened but won't be happening now. And also we're going to talk about the Paul Ryan pick and the reaction to it with our Washington correspondent, Ben Goad. So first, Mike Rios, who had originally said that he might be running for city council. He is the Moreno Valley school board member who had been appearing in court recently on charges of rape, pandering, prostitution, and attempted murder. He will no longer be running for city council, as he originally said he would intend to. He told one of our reporters outside court that he had gone so far as rented an apartment in the district he wanted to run in, but authorities knocked on his neighborhood's doors to warn them that a child abuser had moved in. Granted, Moreno Valley Police Chief and the Riverside County Sheriff's Office said that didn't happen, and they weren't even aware that he had moved. Anyway, Rios said he's moving back to his old house and won't be running for city council after all. And now we're going to go to our correspondent in Washington, D.C., Ben Goad, to tell us a little bit about the reaction to the Paul Ryan pick. Ben, thanks so much for joining us today.
Great to be with you. Great.
So it's big news this week, of course. Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney choosing Wisconsin Congressman Paul Ryan as his running mate. Curious. Inland Republican leaders cheered the choice, while Democrats did not. That's not surprising. But California Senator Barbara Boxer called Ryan an extremist in her statement. There's been a lot of opinions voiced on this pick so far. Ben, any surprises from the reaction so far?
Well, I guess the surprise is that both sides are saying that they're thrilled with the pick right now for different reasons, of course. Republicans say that Ryan is the perfect guy for the job, especially in a race that's going to come down to the economy, most likely. He's the chairman of the budget committee, he's a fiscal hawk, and he's got a plan to reduce the federal deficit. But Democrats are really seizing on the details of that plan. They're saying that the cuts he's proposing are completely draconian. Even before the Ryan pick, Democrats were trying to tie Romney to the Republican push to end, quote, end Medicare as we know it, end quote, and the plan they're talking about is part of the Ryan budget. To overhaul that entitlement. And so they say the pick helps them to make that case and really tie Romney to things that people are afraid of.
Well, and how do you think Romney's choice of Ryan will play with the inland electorate then?
I think that really depends on who wins the battle to define Ryan. Like most people who don't live in Washington or Wisconsin where Ryan serves, he's a relative unknown in inland Southern California, so next week or two will be critical for people trying to shape his image on a national scale. Both parties are already working to push their own portrait. The Republicans are painting him as an all-American guy, blue-collar, fitness buff, family man, guy on a mission to reform the economy. And at 42, he's going to be the youngest guy on the ticket. I've crossed paths with him a few times myself. He seems like a very likable, down-to-earth guy. But the Democrats are pointing to his budget and saying that he's really not looking out for the middle class. They're, like you said, they're using words like extremist and saying he's on the far right wing of the Republican Party, where the Tea Party is, and they hope that'll convince voters in the middle, independents and such, to cast a vote for President Obama.
Well, Ben, thanks so much for the update on this pick, this important news. And you're going to be at the conventions very soon, so you're going to be keeping us updated on what's going on at all the conventions. So thanks so much for being here today. And thanks to you for watching another edition of Political Empire, and we'll see you tomorrow.